that's dope, you know. So, you know, it was good sparring. It was very good experience for me.
Him, the way we focused on him.
The bigger guys training for this, how's that felt?
You said
sparring, yeah, sparring the bigger guys.
A potential fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez has the boxing world buzzing, but instead, it's Terence Crawford and Gennady Golovkin making headlines. Crawford is far too smart to risk his undefeated 41-0 record without careful preparation. To avoid any setbacks,
fill in the blank, Triple G is blank.
Si puedes terminarle la expresión. Triple G es ¿qué? ¿Qué dirías?
he has sought advice from fighters who have previously faced Canelo Alvarez. Just a few weeks ago, we saw Terence "Bud" Crawford training with Floyd Mayweather, and now he has turned to Gennady "Triple G" Golovkin for guidance. Despite Canelo defeating Golovkin twice in their trilogy, their first fight remains highly controversial.
You don't have to give details. I know you guys are competitive, but what was that sparring like? Fight fans want to know. Just
It was
two goals.
It was dope. It was dope. Yeah.
Many believe Golovkin was robbed, as he outlanded Canelo in 10 of the 12 rounds, only for the judges to rule the fight a draw. That result set the stage for their heated trilogy, where Canelo ultimately proved himself in the next two fights. Now, Crawford is tapping into Triple G's experience, hoping to gain insight into Canelo's weaknesses. If the fight happens, Crawford wants to be fully prepared for the biggest challenge of his career. The world of boxing is always filled with surprises, and this time it revolves around Terence Crawford.
For even, giving me the opportunity to step in the ring with him, I could say that.
Time you guys gonna get dinner? I didn't think so. Maybe next time.
Canelo, can you fill in the blank for me? Triple G is blank.
Gennady Golovkin and Canelo Alvarez. As speculation about a possible Crawford versus Canelo fight continues to spread, Crawford is taking no chances in his preparation. To understand how Golovkin managed to trouble Canelo Alvarez, Crawford has turned to Triple G for valuable insights.
Потому что я скажу так, наверное, во мне вот эта вот страсть к боксу еще пока не остыла. В данный момент у меня 3 пояса в 160, мне надо решать свои вопросы. Я думаю, даже скажу, может быть, немножко громко, я неплохо себя чувствовал, и если вы видели.
Their growing friendship started when rumors of a potential fight between them surfaced last year, but now, their connection is serving a different purpose. Crawford's decision to consult Golovkin stems from a fundamental question. How did Golovkin manage to dominate Canelo Alvarez in their first fight, leading to a controversial draw? While Canelo officially won the trilogy, many fans and analysts still debate whether he truly outperformed Triple G in their first encounter. The general consensus is that Golovkin outlanded Canelo in 10 of the 12 rounds, yet the judges ruled it a draw, setting the stage for a heated rivalry. Golovkin, known for his calculated approach in the ring,
Даже не пропускал и не устал, то есть я показал, что есть силы, чему я очень, где бы я бы ни находился, я, конечно, буду думать о том.
Gave Crawford an inside look at how Canelo's style can be countered. This includes studying Canelo's weaknesses, his punching power, and strategies that proved effective against him. One of the most intriguing lessons Crawford learned from Triple G was about Canelo's punching power. Golovkin has previously stated that he didn't find Canelo's punches to be particularly damaging. Recalling their first fight, Golovkin highlighted a moment in the 9th round where Canelo landed a huge right hand. When asked about the impact of that punch, Golovkin revealed to DAZN, "I remember that punch. I let it get through. I don't know what to call it. It wasn't hard. It felt kind of like a slap, I'd guess, or a sliding punch. It didn't do too much." For Crawford, this revelation might bring some level of optimism. If a middleweight powerhouse like Golovkin can brush off Canelo's punches, perhaps Crawford, with the right strategy, can neutralize them as well. Interestingly, Crawford and Golovkin's friendship may have never materialized if an earlier rumor of a fight between them had been true. At one point, reports suggested that discussions were being held to arrange a bout between the two. However, certain fights in boxing are simply not possible, no matter how much the fans or promoters want them to happen. In this case, the idea of Crawford moving up to fight Golovkin seemed unlikely from the start, given the major weight difference and stylistic mismatch. The rumors of a Crawford versus Golovkin fight gained traction when reports claimed that His Excellency Turki Alalshik was interested in hosting the bout in Saudi Arabia. However, these claims were quickly debunked. The rumors that Saudi Arabian officials were exploring a super fight between Terence Crawford and Gennady Golovkin in 2025 gained momentum across social media. Popular boxing channel Fight Hub TV even asked fans what they thought of the potential showdown. But shortly after, Turki Alalshik himself, a key figure in the growing Saudi boxing scene, shut down the rumors by commenting, "Not truth." This confirmed that the story was nothing more than a hoax, proving once again that not every high-profile rumor in boxing holds weight. While a Crawford versus Golovkin fight has been ruled out, the possibility of Crawford stepping into the ring with Canelo still lingers. Crawford is currently an undisputed welterweight champion. Moving up to super middleweight to face Canelo Alvarez would be a historic challenge. Canelo has the size advantage, but Crawford possesses the skill, speed, and ring IQ that could trouble the Mexican superstar. As speculation continues to swirl around a potential fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, boxing fans and analysts alike are dissecting the possible strategies each fighter could employ. If this highly anticipated bout does come to fruition, Crawford will need to be exceptionally prepared for Canelo's devastating counterpunching ability and explosive combinations. Understanding the challenge ahead, Crawford has reportedly been seeking insights from fighters who have faced Canelo in the past, including Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Gennady Golovkin. Both men have first-hand experience with Canelo's power, style, and ring intelligence, making their advice invaluable to Crawford's game plan. Mayweather, the only fighter to hand Canelo a definitive loss, relied on his elite defensive skills, superior footwork, and precise counterpunching to neutralize the Mexican superstar's offense. His mastery of the shoulder roll and ability to evade Canelo's attacks allowed him to dictate the pace of the fight, frustrating Canelo and exposing some of his early career vulnerabilities. Meanwhile, Golovkin engaged Canelo in two closely contested battles, using his powerful jab and relentless pressure to challenge the Mexican champion. Though their first fight ended in a controversial draw and the rematch resulted in a narrow victory for Canelo, Golovkin's ability to absorb punishment and maintain an aggressive pace provided a blueprint for challenging Canelo's dominance. By studying these past opponents, Crawford aims to develop a strategy that combines the best of both worlds, Mayweather's defensive prowess and Golovkin's pressure tactics. Crawford himself is known for his adaptability inside the ring, seamlessly switching stances and adjusting his approach based on his opponent's weaknesses. If he were to face Canelo, he would likely need to rely on his superior movement, high boxing IQ, and precision punching to offset Canelo's power advantage. However, the road to a Canelo versus Crawford showdown remains uncertain. While both fighters have expressed interest in taking on major challenges, weight class differences and promotional obstacles could complicate negotiations. Canelo, the reigning super middleweight champion, typically competes at 168 pounds, whereas Crawford has dominated at welterweight, 147 pounds, and recently moved up to junior middleweight, 154 pounds. If the fight were to happen, Crawford would likely need to bulk up while maintaining his speed and agility, a challenge that requires careful preparation. Beyond the potential Canelo fight, Crawford's future in boxing remains an exciting topic of discussion. The rapid rise of Saudi Arabia as a hub for major boxing events has created new opportunities for top-tier matchups. With the kingdom investing heavily in marquee fights and drawing some of the biggest names in the sport, it's not out of the question that Crawford could find himself headlining a blockbuster event in the Middle East. Whether it's against Canelo or another elite opponent, Crawford's next move will undoubtedly be watched closely by fans worldwide. As he continues his relentless pursuit of greatness, one thing is clear: Crawford is leaving no stone unturned in his quest to solidify his legacy as one of the most dominant and intelligent fighters in modern boxing. The world waits to see what's next for the pound-for-pound star.